I used to think that losing people would harden you, that after enough goodbyes, something inside just shuts off and you stop feeling it the same way. But believe me, that's not how it works. It doesn't make you stronger in the way people like to imagine. It just teaches you how to carry weight without letting it show. And you get so good at that skill that even you start to forget how heavy it actually is. I smile. I joke. I act like I'm half asleep most of the time. And people assume that means I'm fine, that I've moved on, that whatever happened back there is done and buried. But the truth is, nothing ever really stays in the past. It just gets quieter. And sometimes that's worse, because when it comes back, it does it in moments you didn't prepare for, in the silence between conversations, in the space where someone should be standing but isn't anymore. I've learned that pain doesn't announce itself. It doesn't crash into your life all at once. It settles in slowly, almost politely, and you let it stay because you don't know how to ask it to leave. And after a while, it starts to feel like part of who you are, like if it disappeared, you wouldn't know what to replace it with. I tell myself I'm used to it, that I've adapted, but that's just another way of saying I've stopped fighting it, and there's a difference between acceptance and surrender that most people don't talk about. I don't walk around thinking I'm broken. I don't see myself as a tragedy, but I do know there are parts of me that froze at certain moments in time and never quite caught up with the rest of me. And I carry those versions around quietly, like old photographs I never throw away. People like to believe that experience turns you into someone wiser, calmer, more certain. But what it really does is make you more aware of how little control you ever had to begin with, how fast things can change, how easily the people you rely on can disappear, and how unfair it feels that life keeps moving forward, whether you're ready or not. I've made choices I still replay in my head, not because I regret them, but because I wonder who I would be if I had chosen differently. And that question never really has an answer. It just sits there, reminding you that every path you didn't take still exists somewhere in your imagination. I don't talk much about what I've lost, not because it doesn't matter, but because explaining it never does it justice, and because I've learned that most people don't actually want to hear the truth. They want something lighter, something easier to digest, something that ends with a lesson neatly tied up at the end. But life doesn't work like that, not for me at least, and maybe not for you either. Some days I function, I do what needs to be done, I help others move forward while staying exactly where I am, and other days I feel the weight of every name I don't say out loud pressing against my chest, reminding me that surviving isn't the same as living. It's just the part that comes first. I used to believe that if I kept my distance, if I didn't let myself get too close, I could avoid that kind of loss again. And maybe that's true in a practical sense, but it also means missing out on the moments that make the pain worth it in the first place. And that's a trade I'm still not sure I know how to make. I've learned that protecting yourself too well can start to look like isolation. And isolation has a way of convincing you that you're better off alone when really you're just afraid of repeating the same story with a different face. I don't have everything figured out, and I don't think I ever will. But I do know this. Carrying pain doesn't make you special. Hiding it doesn't make you strong. And pretending it never happened doesn't make it go away. What matters is what you choose to do while it's still there, whether you let it turn you cold or let it remind you why connection mattered to you in the first place. I still wake up some days feeling like I'm a step behind the world, like everyone else learned something I missed. But I keep going anyway, not because I'm fearless, but because stopping would mean letting those losses define the end of my story instead of just a part of it. And maybe that's all any of us are really doing. Moving forward while carrying things we never asked for, trying to honor what we've lost without losing ourselves in the process, learning, slowly and imperfectly, how to live with an open hand instead of a closed one, even when it would be easier to shut everything out and pretend we don't care anymore.